yourself to a position that is comfortable. I'm just going to put on a little background music so you don't hear the noise from my home. So what is a comfortable upright seated position? I'm not really sure what that means for you. I'd like you to try to have your back straight. I'd like your shoulders to be relaxed. Your chin should be tucked back a little bit so that your head is resting on your neck. It's not pulling on your neck. Your abdominal muscles are engaged, but not to a point where you feel so much effort that you're not comfortable. You want your core to be supporting your upright structure. Your hands can rest comfortably on your legs or your thighs. And we're going to try for a few moments to do what is called beginning again. Sitting in silence or meditating takes a lot of practice. It's something that you never really fully master, I don't think, because our mind is always wanting to go somewhere. And noticing that our mind is going somewhere and then bringing it back to noticing our breath, noticing sensation in our body, noticing some sound, that's the work. So every time you notice yourself wandering away, you begin again. You have a thought, begin again. Try to feel yourself. Notice your breath. Notice your sensation. Notice your sound. You begin over and over and over again. So with that being said, try to focus on one thing. Choose an anchor to focus on. Breath, sound, sensation. And as we sit here, I'll ask you to continue to focus on that anchor until I ring the bell. Bring your hands together at your heart center. And with your hands at your heart center, let your thumbs rest on your chest. Once again, noticing some sensation perhaps in the movement of your chest. Noticing your breath moving your body. And then pause for a moment and make a short intention that just as when you sat in silence, using something as an anchor to stay present, you will continue throughout your time on the mat to bring yourself back to noticing something whenever you find your mind wandering, making an intention to begin again over and over and over again. Inhale that intention deep into your heart center, and then exhale it out into the world. Allow your chin to drop down toward your chest. And then let your right ear dip ever so slightly toward your right shoulder. And bring your chin back to your chest. And then your left ear comes toward your left shoulder. And your chin comes back to your chest. Take a nice big full inhale. And as you exhale, follow your hands with your gaze. Raise your arms up over your head. Reach up as high as you can. And then relax your shoulders looking forward. You're going to take your right hand and sweep your right hand down across your body. Turn your palm upward. Bring your arm out to the side so you start to feel your shoulders stretch, and then bring it back up. And then your left arm sweeps down. Turn your palm up, bring it out to the side, lift it back up. Again, right arm sweeps down, out to the side and up. And then left comes down, out to the side and up. We're warming up our shoulder joints. We're building a little strength in our arms. And now what we're going to try to do is add a little paying attention on purpose. We're going to start with our right hand over our left. Both arms come down. Turn your palms up, sweep your arms back over your head. Left hand over right, turn your palms up, squeeze your shoulder blades together, reach up. Again, right over left and come back up. And then left over right, come back up, big breath in. And as you exhale, fold forward, relax your shoulders, right? So we're just warming up those shoulder joints. Let them relax a little bit. See what it feels like to let go through your shoulders. Walk both of your hands to the right side of your mat, putting your left hand on top of your right hand. And then walk your hands all the way over to the right side, the left side of your mat, right hand on top of your left. And then back to center. Your arms stay stretched out in front of you. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, lift yourself up onto your hands and knees. Flatten your feet. So you want to feel the tops of your feet on the mat. And then we're going to extend your right foot behind you. Your toes are on the floor. You're pressing your heel back, really creating a lot of length in that calf. Noticing what happens in your glute. Lift that right leg up. And then extend your left arm. Adding some movement, big breath in. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Extend it back out. And then swing your leg out to the side. Swing that left arm out to the side. Extend them back out. And then knee and elbow come in. Extend, swing open. Extend, knee to elbow. Extend, swing open. Extend, knee to elbow. Last time. Extend, swing open. Extend, knee to elbow. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Stretch it back out. Bend your knee, reach behind you, find your foot, and lift that knee up a little bit higher. Perhaps you even roll your left shoulder back a little bit and look over that left shoulder. And then look down to the mat. Release your hand, release your knee. Shift your hips to your heels, come to child's pose. And stay in your child's pose for a moment or two, noticing something, right? This isn't the opportunity to start writing your mental shopping list. This is your opportunity to say, wow, I really feel fill in the blank. Come back up onto your hands and knees. Now your left foot comes out behind you. Your toes start on the mat. You press that heel back. Stretch your calf. Stretch the back of your knee. With an awareness of your left glute, lift that left leg up. Extend your right arm. So you pause for a moment. You get yourself nice and steady. A lot of balance here. Big breath in. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. As you exhale, swing open your arms, swing out your leg. Come back to that extension, and then knee to elbow. Extend, swing open. Extend, knee to elbow. Don't forget to breathe. Extend, swing open. Extend, knee to elbow. Last time. Extend, swing open. Extend, knee to elbow, hold it. Extend, bend your left knee, reach behind you, find that foot, and lift that knee and thigh up a little. If you feel steady, start to look toward that right shoulder. Roll your right shoulder back, adding a little twist. And then with control, you look down to the floor, release your hand, release your knee, curl your toes, lift your hips, down dog. Come up nice and high in your tippy toes. What do you notice when you come up onto your tippy toes? Maybe nothing. And then bend your knees, let them hover about an inch above the mat. Straighten your legs and release your heels. Nice breath in, tippy toes. Exhale, bend those knees. Straighten your legs, hips rise, heels relax. One more time. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, bend those knees. Hover, hover, hover. Straighten your legs. Heels release. Stay here for a moment. Push that floor away. And then walk your feet to your hands, hands to your feet. You're in a nice low bend. Your knees are bent. Your body's draped over your thighs. Slide your hands to your shins, look forward. Roll your shoulders back. Tailbone back, chest forward. Big breath in. And then exhale, fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips, lift your arms. You're in your chair pose. So we're going to stay here in our chair pose for a little while. So I'll invite you to bring your hands to your heart center. Let your arms relax for a little while. So in our nice low chair pose, I want to remind you to use your heels as much as possible so that you're firing up your thighs and your butt, not your knees. And then we're going to come to Ekapada Uttanasana, which is one-legged chair pose. Shift your weight into that right leg, lift up your left knee. And then if you can, bring that left foot behind you. Your toe can come to the floor. You're going to curtsy nice and low. And then you're going to lift yourself back up and come to your chair pose. Shift your weight into your left leg, lift your right knee. Bring it behind you, curtsy nice and low. Lift yourself back up, chair pose. So we're never standing. Left foot behind you, curtsy. And then back to your chair. Right foot curtsy. Back to your chair. Arms out to your side. Once again, left foot behind you, curtsy. Back to your chair pose. Curtsy to the right foot. Back to chair pose. Left foot comes behind you. You're going to take that left hand and tap the floor. And then come back to your chair pose. This is challenging. And then that right foot comes behind you, tap the floor, almost like you're a speed skater in the Olympics, right? And then back to your chair pose. Left leg curtsy tap. Back to chair pose. Right leg curtsy tap. Back to chair pose. Hands to your heart center. Press through your heels. Stand up. Stay here for a few breaths. Noticing something. Maybe it's your heartbeat speeding up. Maybe it's that lactic acid that built up in your thighs starting to dissipate. Follow your hands with your gaze. Raise them up over your head. Open nice and wide. Big, deep forward bend. Stay here for just a moment. And then you're going to step your right leg back into a lunge. Fingertips are on the floor. You're going to gently shift your weight forward, shift your weight back, shift your weight forward, shift your weight back. Right hand stays on the mat, sweep your left arm up into the air. Release your left hand down. Press into your left foot. Step your feet together, arms rise, your back in your chair pose. Press into your heels, stand up, open wide, fold forward. Left leg comes back into your lunge. On your fingertips, shift your weight forward, shift your weight back. Shift your weight forward, shift your weight back. Left hand stays on the mat, sweep that right arm up, nice twist. Look up to that right hand to challenge your balance. Release your right hand down, press into your right foot, step your feet together, arms rise, chair pose. Press into your heels, stand up. We're gonna do that one more time on both sides. Fold forward, right leg back. Shift your weight forward, shift your weight back. Really press through that right heel when you come back. Shift your weight forward, shift your weight back. Right hand on the mat, left arm floats up, twist. Release your left hand down, press into that left foot. Step your feet together, arms rise, chair pose. Press into your heels, stand up, open wide, fold forward. Last time, left leg back, shift your weight forward. Shift your weight back, press with that left heel. Shift your weight forward, shift your weight back, left hand on the mat, sweep that right arm up. Release your right hand down. Step your feet together, arms rise, hips drop. Nice big breath in. Exhale, stand, open wide. Nice big forward bend. And stay in your forward bend for a few breaths. Allow your head to let go, right? So often we're always looking ahead and we're trying to see something. Most of you are in your own homes, right? There's not too much. You know what you're looking at. You don't have to see anything. Let your head relax. Maybe you even nod your head. Yes, shake your head. No. And then turn your palms upwards. Sweep those arms up over your head. Bring them down to your heart center. Shift your weight into your right leg. Come up onto the toes of your left foot. Turn your knee out to the side. We're going to stand here for a moment, right? So we're coming into Vrksasana. Vrksasana is tree pose. In our tree pose, you want that standing leg. I'm just moving my iPad a little bit further away so you can see more of me. So in your Vrksasana tree pose, that standing leg is supportive. It is rooted down. Maybe you slide your foot up to your calf. Paying attention to this standing leg that's so supportive. Make sure you're not collapsing into your hip. You're keeping that hip straight. And then you're going to bring your arms out to the side. And we're going to stay here. Turn your palms upward. Sweep your arms over your head. Relax your shoulders. Turn your palms forward. Bend your elbows. Let yourself squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then lift your arms back up and drop them down to your side. Once again, turn your palms up, arms come up over your head, relax your shoulders. Pause for a moment, move that left knee back a little bit further. Palms forward, elbows down, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then lift your arms up, hands together, bring them back to your heart center. Knee points forward, release your foot down. Right away, shift your weight into that left leg. Come to the toes of your right leg. move that right knee back. So again, I want you to see like what it's like to sort of sink into that hip or keep that hip straight, right? You want that hip to be lined up. So it's like your hip, your thigh, your knee, your calf, your ankle, or all in one line. You don't want your hip sticking out like you're carrying a bag of groceries on it. That right knee moves back. Maybe your foot comes to your calf. Maybe you're so surprised at your steadiness today that you move your foot up to your inner thigh. Perhaps after a breath or two there, you say thanks, but no thanks. You bring it back to your calf. And then your arms come out to the side. Turn your palms up, bring them up over your head. Palms forward, elbows down, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your arms up, and then let them float out to your side again. Turn your palms up, bring them up over your head. Palms forward, elbows down, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Bring your hands to your heart center, knee forward, foot releases. Arms sweep up over your head. Big breath in, exhale, fold forward. You're going to walk yourself, or maybe you're going to jump yourself to plank pose. And then we're going to take both of our knees and move them a little bit over to the right, and then straighten them, and then over to the left and straighten. So we're adding a little bit of a twist to our plank. Right and straighten, left and straighten. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Come down onto your knees. Sink your hips to your heels. Rest for a moment. Come back to all fours. And then you're going to stand up on your knees. You're going to curl your toes under. And with your toes curled under, you're going to try to sit down on your heels. So we're in hero's pose. Oftentimes in hero's pose, our feet are flat. This time we have our toes curled under. Why? Just to see what it feels like. For me, this is killing me. My toes hurt like you wouldn't believe. I'm stretching my toe joints. For some people, it might be like, wow, I feel nothing. But just notice what you notice. And then we're going to stand up on our knees. We're going to flatten our feet. Arms come straight out. Big breath in. We've been working on this, right? This is from your knees to your shoulders. You're working the whole front of your body. Big breath in. Exhale, lean back. Hold it, hold it, hold it. See if you can stay here for 2 more breaths. Big breath in. Exhale, 1. Now the big inhale. Exhale, 2. Come back up. Sweep your right hand behind you. Let it land on your right heel. If you can't reach your heel, curl your toes under. And then curl your left toes under maybe. Sweep your left hand behind you. Hold on to your left heel. Shoulders come together. Maybe you look up. Ustrasana camel pose. And then lift yourself up. Bring your hands to your low back. Flatten your feet. Bring yourself to child's pose. Arms behind you. Tuck your chin. Almost curling yourself into a little ball. Coming into a forward bend here. And then lift yourself back up onto your knees. Arms come straight out in front of you. One more time, lean back so your back stays straight, your tailbone's tucked under, you're using your core, it's engaged. We're going to stay here 3 more breaths. Big inhale. Exhale, 1. Another big breath in. Exhale, 2. Another nice big inhale. Exhale, 3. This time, come back up. Take your left leg, step it out to the side. Let your left hand rest on your left leg. Bring your right arm up into the air. Big breath in, reach up as high as you can. And as you exhale, that right elbow is coming over your ear. Inhale, lift up. As you exhale, bring your right fingertips onto the mat. Now your left elbow comes over your ear. Try to keep your arm active and engaged. Deep stretch down that entire left side of your body. Nice breath in. Engage your whole core. Lift yourself back up. And then that left knee comes down. That right leg steps out to the side. Right hand on your thigh. Left arm reaches up and over. Maybe even creep those right fingers down your leg a little, deepening the stretch, this whole left side of your body. Inhale, lift up. As you exhale, your fingertips come down. That right elbow comes over your ear. Big core move. Nice big inhale. Exhale, lift up. Both knees come down. Bring your hands to your side. Flop yourself onto the floor. Swing your legs in front of you. So with your legs in front of you, you want to make sure that your knees aren't flopped open, your feet aren't flopped open. Your thighs are together, your knees are together, your feet are together. You move the flesh from your sits bones. We're sitting up nice and tall, right? Our posture is supported by our core muscles. Sweep your arms over your head. Big breath in. Exhale, come forward about halfway. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come a little bit further forward. Inhale, lift. And as you exhale, come all the way down. Hold onto your feet or your ankles or your calves. I'm going to try to bend your elbows a little bit. Inhale, straighten your arms, lift your chest. Exhale, bend your elbows, move your chest closer to your feet. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend, come forward, forward, forward. And then release your hands, let them slide up your legs. You're going to bend your left leg, bend your right leg. Hands come behind you. Cross your ankles, bring your knees in towards your armpits. So if your knees are here, you're going to feel it in your core, you betcha. But if your knees are really coming in close, you're going to feel it in your low belly. And then you're going to stretch your legs out, switch the cross, those knees come back in. Extend, switch, and in. Extend, switch, and in. One more time. Extend, switch, and in. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Extend, uncross. One hand onto one thigh, the other on the other. Lift yourself up nice and tall. We're coming to a full boat pose, Navasana. So you stay here for a moment. You assess your level of safety. If you're okay, you release one hand. You still feel okay, you release the other. We try to stay here for 3 breaths. Bend your knees, open them up, find your feet. Chest lifts once again. Right leg opens, left leg opens. Core's engaged. You're looking at something that's not going to move. And then bend your knees, bring your feet together, bring your knees together. Arms come straight out. Ardha Navasana, half boat pose. And we're going to tap our toes. And we're going to lift them back up. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, hold it. Hands together. Big breath in. You can always put your feet on the floor. As you exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, feet on the floor. Good work. That was hard. Hold on to your knees. Lift your chest up nice and high. Look up to the ceiling. Stretch your throat. Another big breath in. This time as you exhale, you curl your back. You pull that belly in. You round your shoulders. You tuck your chin. Nice big stretch across your upper back. You might have been holding some tension in your upper back and shoulders and neck during your boat pose. Inhale, lift your chest, shoulder blades come together, look up. And as you exhale, you tuck and round a nice seated cat-cow. And then come back to a neutral spine. Release your arms straight out in front of you. We're coming down to the floor. Look behind you. We have not laid down yet, so make sure the coast is clear. And slowly, slowly, slowly work your way down to the floor. And once you're down on the floor, you can hug your knees into your chest and gently rock yourself from side to side. Right? We always try to check in with how soothing and comforting rocking is. Right? Maybe. People, not everyone. And then you're going to open your arms out to the side. Both of your knees are going to come down to the left. You're going to stay here for a moment or two. Then you're going to try to take that top leg, which is your right leg, and stretch it out. Point your toes to your face. Begin to lift that right leg up. Hold it there. Lower it back down, but don't let your knees touch. And then slowly lift that right leg up. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Lower it down, but don't let your knees touch. So your leg's only coming up to maybe the height of your shoulder. It's not coming up too high. Lift your leg up, hold it, hold it, hold it. This is good work for your glute. You're also working the outside of that right thigh. You're in a twist. You're using your obliques. A lot's happening here. And now you're going to lower that leg. Your knees can touch. Bend your right leg. Bring your knees back up to center. And then you're going to let both of those knees fall down to the right. So you always pause. You make sure that everything feels okay. Right? You're in a spinal twist. Make sure things feel all right in your spine. Stretch your left leg straight out, toes to your face. Nice breath in. You lift that left leg up and you hold it. Hold it, hold it. And then you lower that left leg down, but your knees don't touch. And then again, that left leg lifts up. You hold it, hold it, hold it. Lower down, don't let them touch. One more time, lift that leg up, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Release it all the way down, knees touch, bend your knees, bring them back to center, and place your hands on your kneecaps. Make some nice big circles around with those knees. And then try to reverse it, go around the other way. Stay here. Lift your feet up a little bit higher so that your legs are at a 45-degree angle. So your toes are pointing to your face, your heels are pressing forward, and you're going to slide your hands down onto your thighs. You're going to start to press your hands into your thighs, and your thighs are going to resist, and they're going to push back. And you're going to fire up that low belly, just like we were doing in our cobbler's pose. So pressing those hands into the thighs, those thighs resist. And then release your hands, bring them down to your side. And you're going to stretch both of your legs up into the air, toes to your face. Just keep pressing your heels to the ceiling. And notice what you notice. What can you use if you stayed here for a little while? What would you use as an anchor to keep you present? There enough sensation in your legs to focus on? Let your left leg start to drop out to the side. So it's coming down, 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 down. Stop before it kind of flops into your hip joint. You should feel, hopefully, a big stretch in your inner left thigh. This is also lubricating or bringing movement to that left hip joint, that ball and socket joint. And now really using the strength of that inner thigh, bring that leg back up. When you focus your awareness, you really can feel that adductor muscle working. And now your right leg starts to drop out to the side. Pause and hold it there. With your full attention resting on that right inner thigh, slowly bring it back to center. And now at the same time, both of your legs are going to open up like a capital letter V, a really wide V, and then you stop. We're going to stay here. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Feeling those inner thigh muscles, slowly bring those legs back together. And then bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, and let your knees flop open like butterfly wings. Now you're stretching those inner thighs. So stay here for a couple of breaths. You could even, if you want, let your hands rest on top of your thighs, guiding those knees down a little bit, deepening the stretch, deepening the opening through your hips. And then bring those knees back to center and walk your feet to the edges of your mat, right? So you want to feel like you look like you're about to give birth. And both of those knees are going to start to fall down to the left. If your right leg feels okay, you can pick up your left foot and put it on top of your right thigh. So you're deepening the stretch in that right hip and down that right thigh, in that right IT band on the outside of the thigh. Release that left foot, bring your knees back to center, and then they come all the way down to the right. You see how things feel in that left hip joint. And then maybe you pick up that right foot, put it on top of your left knee or thigh. You can even let your hand rest on your hip. So if you start rolling up, you can kind of use the strength of your arm to keep that left hip kind of down on the ground. Release your foot, bring your knees back to center. Walk your feet a little closer together. And now you can take your right foot
foot, put it on top of your left thigh, bring that left knee into your chest, wrap your hands either on the top of your knee or behind your knee, somewhere that you can hold on to, and bring that left knee into your chest. Think back to all of those chair curtsies that we did, firing up your glutes, standing on one leg in our tree pose, fires up your glutes. So stretch it a little bit here. Release your left foot down, release your right foot down, and now your left foot comes on top of that left knee or thigh, and you bring your knees into your chest, you wrap your arms around, you hug that knee in. Release your right foot, release your left foot. And then stretch your right leg straight out in front of you. Stretch your left leg straight out in front of you. Walk both of your feet to the left side of your mat and sweep your right arm up over your head. And take a couple of really big breaths into that right side of your body. Release your right arm down. Walk your feet through the center of your mat and over to the right. And you sweep that left arm up over your head. And you take a couple of those big breaths down to the whole left side of your body. So we already did those deep side bends when we're on our knees. So this shouldn't be as challenging had we not done those deep side bends. But you should still feel a sense of creating space in between each one of your ribs. You might even feel yourself stretching down to where your torso attaches to your hip. Release your left arm. Walk your feet back to center. Turn your palms upward. Take a big breath in. Bring your shoulders up toward your ears. Hold it for a moment. And then exhale completely. Try to recall if you were successful in choosing an anchor that helped you stay present when we're in our upright, dignified, seated silence. Did you find yourself able to focus just on sound? Or if that didn't work, did you try noticing your breath in your body? Or did you focus on specific sensation? Maybe you choose a different anchor. But choose something. And every time your mind wanders, begin again.
Slowly bring yourself back to an upright position. Take a moment, as always, to express gratitude toward yourself for spending time on your mat this afternoon. And then express gratitude at your ability to begin again. Right? We have the opportunity to begin again every day when we wake up, to recommit to being our best selves. We have the opportunity every time we take a breath in and let a breath out to begin again. So perhaps you notice just a little bit more when you leave your mat and return to your world, how many opportunities you have to let things go and begin again. Take one more nice, big, full breath in. And as you exhale, bow forward. Namaste. Thank you all very much for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you.
I hope everyone feels well. I'm glad